streaming again. I am so sorry. I was streaming earlier, but then my blood pressure started to drop. I kept saying blood sugar, but it was blood pressure. My monitor that I've got on my wrist was like, hey bitch, your blood pressure's low. You need to lie down and eat something. So I'm a slave to my body, but that's fine. But yes, we're gonna try and get on with this now. And I am so sorry if you were for the other stream, which wasn't very long. Anyway, let's read this thingy. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. Bedwyr's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember, and she was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to him." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men," shook her head, and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show it how easily a man like myself could fit," he said. And with that he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden, with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets, until Bedwyr was dead and it finally stopped, a tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. Well, that's a dark story.
The conclave is our best chance for peace.
Fix the door just like you asked, Flitter.
Ready to talk. And now
Master Harriet said I should go back right away.
Going to be bloody now.
Oh, Mika, you're here. You're the Herald van Draste. She sent you to us to show the world her love, and I am ready for that love. Well, I'm not ready for that
kind of love.
That is, unless that's I mean, I'm Flitter. Can I get you a drink?
Relax.
It's all right, Flitter. I won't do anything frightening.
If you wanted to close the breach, I wouldn't mind. As I said, I'm Flitter. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Oh, I'm gonna get copyright striked by the music here. But that's fine. I like to explore. It's been a while since I've been in this game. The Roundy Dowager Quarterly. A well-worn quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another. The collected dreams of desire being the confessions of an apprentice and training more furrowing than harrowing. Forbidden dalliances at their most spirited. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting, one supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Wow. Guessing this is
Secret Ask told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrid, he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
My thanks for any part you played in that.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
I know exactly where to find them. I'll talk to Solus later.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light now for the Herald of Andraste, telling what she did?
It's far too soon to consider anything like that.
I was talking with a friend who said there used to be a verse about an elf witch.
Aha! Hippity hop. Segret.
Good day. Or good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet, I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
I'm sure my bow will give me more. Let me see what I can do with Solus. There he goes. Yeah, these hats are ridiculous. I'm glad there's a hat off option. I do like the elven cowl though. I am gonna give this to him though. Wrong button. And I will give him the elven cowl. inventory. Switching characters to soulless. Weapons. That does 28 ice. That does 39 fire. I will give him that for now. Then back, and then for armor, I'm going to Inquisition Battle Mage armor. And then Elven Cowl. And then go back to Florinda armor. Ugh, I love this. It's just, she's so pretty. I think I'll give her the Entemsar. I know it's not the highest defense that I've got, but it's pretty. And I like it. So I'm giving it to her. I'll give her the Templar helmet, not that we can see it. For Varric, what shall we do for Varric? Ah, look at his little nipples! Okay, which one do you like, Varric? Which one do I think suits him? I think that looks cute on him. Well, as cute as I can get. Cassandra! Bestie! Bestie, bestie, bestie. I'll leave her armor alone. Griffin shield. Morning Star. Does the Morning Star do more damage than her longsword? Morning Star does 66 damage. Inquisition Longsword does 48. I will be giving her the Morning Star. The Griffin Shield does nothing for her. Now for me, I need to get my Bow of the Dragon. I like it. It's a cool looking bow. Stiletto. It's a cool looking bow. I like it. Okay. I'm going to quickly save in case my system decides to crash. Let's go talk to Varric.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I think she'd be more emotional with Varric.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
I do think while she's sort of forgiven them for their assumptions, she's still very guarded.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable mounts from...
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
I want to say warm.
World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragon bone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
Goodbye.
Right.
Okay.
I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
I believe he exists.
That's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Mythical interact with Cullen! My golden retriever of a man!
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I stand
At
out.
least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new Divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
I love Cullen. Oh, hi! Thanks for joining. We haven't really done anything yet. Oh yeah, we gotta go grab that thing for the apothecary. Oh, like that.
You're the one they're calling the Herald.
It rather rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
No. I did not join the Order to adjust my faith so easily. But I appreciate what the Inquisition is trying to do, and your role in it. Though you may find not many Templars do. We're a distrustful lot by nature.
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Doop, 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 doop. We've gotta go get that thing for the apothecary.
There must be something here.
And if I remember correctly, there's wood behind this, and we're gonna need that wood for a future quest. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Well, it's not gonna be like directly behind us, but it's the way there. I'm very, very anxious for the next game to come out. That's a ram. I don't want to attack the ram. There's the wood. I'm very nervous for the next game. They keep firing people and people keep leaving. And I'm not... I don't like how that looks, because usually when they fire or someone who is pretty high up leaves a company during a development of a very big game, usually it's because the CEOs are just like, let's take this game into a stupid direction, and the people who had the biggest hand in the creation of the game are like, no, let's not. Until the higher ups are just like, okay then, let's fire you, because it's not like you know what you're talking about or anything. I think if there's a game that's had more... If there's a series of games that's had more than, like, 2 games, you don't get to fire your creative directors. I mean, unless they do something stupid. Or transphobic. Or homophobic. Or basically anything phobic. Or anything bad, but... only then is it should that, like, happen. But... otherwise, leave them alone. But I do hope that in the next game, when it comes to creating your character, it's sort of like the create a sim in The Sims 4.
Carriadon will have more pulses for the injured assistants.
Like imagining the Dragon Age with like a character creator like The Sims would be great. Especially if you could like choose your character's individual traits. Of course, that would make more work for the team to do, but well, time to head to the hinterlands. But yeah, could you imagine being able to like play Dragon Age Inquisition, but also like just with a few things like The Sims, where like you could choose your person's backstory with their class, or but like if I would take simply being able to completely control how my character looks, like from how their nose looks to even their toenails, and like just with how much you get to customize. I want it to kind of be like Baldur's Gate 3 customization mixed with Sims. I want a color wheel. I like color wheels.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lady. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Okay. Oh, does she have... No, she doesn't have any. Solus. And then Cassandra. Solus, you look so handsome. I love you. Right, this, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead. But I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at Old Phoenix Place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers and the Templars. Come if you're man enough, Yevon.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
That's just depressing, though. Brothers against brothers.
Mother Giselle cannot be far. Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
Hold. We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Be ready. More coming our way.
They're soulless.
That's the end of it.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
What?
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
I like Mother Giselle. I know some people don't really like her. Especially with how she,
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
Will do, Cassandra. I do like Mother Giselle. I don't know if it's the fact that I've grown up with being told basically you need to respect nuns and authority regardless, or what, but I just...
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
But I do respect her. I can tell she's a good person. She's got a good heart. And she means well. But there are some things that I don't agree with her with. How she reacted with Dorian, I don't agree with. But it is what it is, sadly. But hopefully in the next game we see her, and maybe she's changed some of her beliefs about Dorian. Trida, bright axe, your friend chieftain with her leaf-eared lover lay. Woke she did to love sweat morning, lover gone in light of day. Dream words whispered, spoken soft, still the silence crushed and crashing. Dead her tribe, unless a child could keep her line in warrior fashion. Avalar, so named the lover, called our journey yours and mine. One day a child of Trida's blood, more Gehennan in strength must shine. Lovers' whispers to obey, Hindir dwarf prince, friend in passion, bay produced to serve the line. The Avar tribe her name are taking. Wolves.
Someone, anyone, please help my wife.
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath, like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
I actually love helping them. I usually do my best to help them as quickly as possible. But if you actually go into this little hut over here, you can find his wife, and See if I can't.
I hear reconstruction is progressing well in Kirkwall.
I know things are bad there.
I wasn't trying to...
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
About its recovery.
What you're talking about are the buildings, and even that will take years. People don't recover so easily.
Let me see if you can't hear it, because sometimes you can actually hear her breathing. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, it's not happening right now. That's fine though.
That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Let's go talk to Corporal Vale.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
You were concerned about refugees starving.
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in a city. There's a hunter up the hill who has some ideas.
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw Lyria. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
Farewell.
And you as well.
We should go talk to Whittle.
More cold weather coming. Fool villagers. Where are their coats?
What do you need to keep these refugees warm?
Blankets, warm clothes, all of it. These poor sods lost everything when the Mages and the Templars went crazy. If we were in a village, I could just pinch a blanket off a clothesline and be fine. Out here, I'm sure the apostates have plenty of supplies, just haven't been able to find them.
Farewell.
And to you.
Okay. And this is like the cemetery, I think. There's actually a tiny path. There it is. I remember having to walk all the way around the mountain multiple times when all I had to do was go through here.
Decent spot to camp.
I've news, sir. Who placed a skull out here? And for what purpose?
The skull illuminates certain objects in the distance. I am not familiar with such magic.
Of course, it had to be a skull that lights up creepy shit.
Fun fact about those skulls, though, they're actually made of the skulls of some of the Tranquil that were killed.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Okay. I don't feel like dealing with that right now.
I doubt these were mere bandits. They moved with the efficiency of a trained group.
That's not the golden one, is it? Oh, it is. Shit. Quit attacking the ram. I didn't mean to attack that ram. Thank you. That ram is a part of a very big quest, and by very big I mean very small. Saga of Trita Bright Axe, Avar Mother. First stanza, tell the tale of Trita Bright Axe, mountain maker, spirit's bridge, free her, her people forged in fantasies, made in mountains, hardy hide. Wisdom, wise in wisdom, calm in counsel, great in gifts, her grateful guest, sacrifice she did to spirits, took their teachings, followed quests. Bright her axe and breaking crystal, stirred to flame when temper flies, gifted from her leaf-eared lover, laughing lady of the skies. Bested blades of all who tried, maidens spurning all requests, Trita bright eggs dreamers' eyes, Avar mother of her making.
Some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Nope. They're too high level. Go. Let's leave them be. They're too high of a level. And they'll teleport to me. Do 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 do. I'm not reading that. Oh, I like these. I love these. You actually can find some of these in like Ireland, I think it is. Ireland or Scotland. I saw a huge enemy back there, and I know for a fact that he's gonna be way too high level for me, so I need to skedaddle. Nope, wrong thing. See. Map. Okay. Let's head to our... Actually, let's go ahead and head back to Haven real quick. So that I can check some things. I only really intend to stream for an hour, so I'm just gonna spend the next couple of minutes leveling up, and then I'm probably gonna stop this stream in specific, because we got something done, you know. And because I realized that if I go for more than an hour at a time, for at least currently at the moment, I'm gonna be a bit overwhelmed.
We've got scattered reports of Vinter sightings in the hinterlands.
Mages?
And their servants, yes. You think they might be connected to the attack on the Conclave?
Assumption Scout Pelaine. No Circle Mage has ever caused anything like the breach.
Fair point.
That's new. I've never heard that one before.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you. Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I don't know. The Inquisition seems about as functional as any young family.
How many families are on the verge of splitting into open warfare with themselves?
Yes, because that would never happen to the
Chantry.
Tradition will guide us. We are not the upstart, eager to turn over every apple cart.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
Pray you're right.
God, he annoys me. But I also I get it. I kinda get it.
There was no word for heaven or
For sea or for sky. That's the dungeons. I don't think she'd willingly set foot down there.
Ah, Lady Rebellion. May I have a moment?
Of course, Josie! Anything for you, my beloved.
Ambassador? I'd like to discuss your parents.
Well, that was quick. She's gonna flirt with Josie.
A little sudden,
Sudden.
but it's time someone made an honest woman of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us.
Ooh.
What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
Let's see. I'm not in their good graces. They adore politics. Sadly, not if it puts them in danger. Yes, they're very. I'll do it. They trust me. Yes, they're very religious.
My parents are on a first-name basis with most priests in Ostwick, and I have a dozen cousins in the Chantry. When they hear I've been touched by Andraste, you'll have to stop them from giving you money.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
Troilo has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
Why not?
You are from Ostwick.
Ostwick.
Orlesian nobles consider the free marches somewhat quaint.
Orlesians are just baffled free marchers governing themselves without an empress to hold their hands.
A peasant might get away with that insult, but not someone of your stature. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
This can't be what you're accustomed to,
Ambassador.
One adjusts. I stay busy. It helps take my mind from our surroundings. And the cold. And the wildlife. And the lack of civilization for miles around. Why anyone lived here before we found Andraste's ashes, I cannot imagine.
Having a few leagues of ice between me and whoever wishes me ill can't hurt.
Do not say that too loudly. Chancellor Roderick is still here. Until next time, my lady.
I've never had that kind of... I've had like this conversation, but not like the exact words with her. So I've turned that in. Spoken with Josie. Oh, God, I love Josie. I want to talk to Mother Giselle.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
You keep talking as though I'm the equal of Andraste. Do you know how
How
unnerving
unnerving
that
that
is?
is.
I can only imagine. But we are all given to our purpose under the Maker. A sword does not ask to be forged. And frankly, if such a comparison gives you pause, I do not see that as a bad thing. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Can I help with anything?
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Farewell, revered mother.
Until next time.
And see, I already got the Blood Lotus and the Elf Fruit. Now we're going to go to the War Council doohickey. I'm going to get some things set up. And then I'm probably going to end this stream. Because I've been doing it for an hour, which I know seems like a really short stream. But when you're chronically ill like me, and you have very, very limited energy, things like this can tire you.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander.
They're ours. Liliana.
Let's see what we have. At your service.
to work?
Alrighty, I've done everything I need to do for this part, and so I will be ending this stream. Thank you if you watched. I'm very happy that you did, if you did, or if you do in the future. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye!